No, but okay, say that, you know what? I got one. Of all the places in this country that terrorists will attack, guess where they won't attack? Georgia. Because not even terrorists want to go to Georgia. That's how big of a shithole it is. Literally the stupidest place on this planet. I think we should just do everyone a favor, evacuate Georgia and blow it off the map. Just take Florida and connect it to what's up there. I don't know. Indiana? Tennessee? It's Tennessee, isn't it? Yeah, well, let's take Florida, connect it to Tennessee, screw Georgia all together. Who needs Georgia? So stupid. And why don't we just go around Atlanta? I remember when we were driving here, I saw a sign that said Atlanta in like an hour. And I was like, well, I'm awake. I might as well stay awake to see Atlanta. Atlanta is the stupidest city I've ever seen in my entire life. Literally, I can't stand it here. I'm gonna go insane. In fact, I probably am insane. All because of Georgia. Literally, on like a scale from 1 to biggest shithole on this planet, Georgia is the biggest shithole on this planet. Also, I can't beat this level of Candy Crush. I don't know what's making me angrier. You try playing this one level of Candy Crush for literally like a month. I'm also stuck in Georgia, which is literally the biggest shithole on this planet, and my stomach keeps making weird-ass noises. I blame Georgia. I bet it's Georgia that's doing this to me. Literally gonna die, all because of Georgia. I'm never gonna win. I'm gonna be 80 and still stuck on the same level of Candy Crush. I'm also gonna be 80 and still stuck in Georgia. You know why they put Georgia in front of Florida? Because otherwise no one would come here. Ever. The only reason anyone's ever here is because they have to drive through this place to get to Florida. Like, I'm pretty sure the air is more poisonous here than in Beijing. Just saying. Also, it's a shithole. I hate it. Why? Why are we here? God, at least last time we came through here, I was asleep. That's the only way you can make it through Georgia without losing your mind, is asleep. Like, this place is shittier than Rhode Island. Rhode Island has Jersey Shore, and that's pretty damn bad.
Jersey Shore is in New Jersey.
You know what? Georgia's making me get Rhode Island confused with New Jersey. That's how terrible, what's this place? Georgia is. Especially Valdesto, Georgia. Valdesto. Who named something Valdesto? That just sounds like harpies. It's just harpies. God, but this place gives you herpes. And they put on the brochure too. Come here, get free herpes. God. Name doesn't even sound like a name anymore. I've said it too much. Georgia, 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 Georgia.
That's stupid.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it the biggest shithole you've ever been in?
Yes.
Especially Valdosta, Georgia, which I'm pretty sure even isn't a real place. Something Valdesto.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't. We're trapped in some time vortex to screw with our minds because George is a piece of shit that would do that. George is worse than North Korea.
I can't believe this happened. Like, this was not supposed to happen.
We're not gonna get home till like 10 in the morning tomorrow. Battery's dying. I don't have lives on Candy Crush.
You can charge your phone.
It's an iPod.
Oh, you can charge your iPod.
There's no phone on this. I wish there was phone. Otherwise, I wouldn't need Wi-Fi. Every time I hear Georgia, I don't even hear the sounds that Georgia makes. I just hear shithole. Just shithole. I'm pretty sure if you look up Georgia in a dictionary, it's synonymous with shithole.
Okay.
And then Atlanta is like all the bits of Georgia that suck concentrated into one tube of suckage. I mean, really, an inch of snow? an inch of goddamn snow. Do you know how many inches? It's that big. It's barely a dusting of snow. Like, if you have to go into a state of emergency for some fluffy white stuff falling from the sky, then there is something seriously wrong with your priorities. I would just remove Georgia. Let's white out Georgia. Erase Georgia. I would go back in time and tell the colonists, don't colonize Georgia. Just leave it blank. Build one massive bridge over Georgia into Florida and be done with it. Georgia just always is the apocalypse. You step foot in Georgia and your world ends. I'm gonna die. I'm like, fall over and just die. My heart's gonna stop because my heart's gonna be like, I can't go on, not here in Georgia. In fact, that's a Celine Dion song. My heart will not go on in Georgia. Those were the actual lyrics. They edited it for Titanic. True fact. Georgia's the reason that Jack didn't get on that piece of wood. I will never step foot here ever again.
Literally, every time I open my mouth to say something, you just glare at me.
Because you keep defending Georgia. There's nothing to defend here. Name one thing here that's worthy of defending. Too late. Exactly. Piece of shit. Don't breathe Georgian air. You might die. Goddamn Georgia. Think of the freshmen. Think of the freshmen. Those poor baby-faced freshmen who have to deal with Georgia. Wanna know why I don't have a smartphone? Because Georgia. Because my parents were like, we would get you a smartphone, but we heard that you were going to stop in Georgia on your way down to Florida, and that means you'll be tainted by Georgianness. Hitler was from Georgia. True fact.
No, that was Stalin.
He's also from Georgia. And
Well, no, Stalin was
Mussolini,
actually...
Georgia.
Well, no, Stalin was actually, like, from a region of, like, Russia or something called Georgia.
See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? You're just furthering my point that Georgia's an awful place. They named this place after Stalin's hometown. Don't tell me that Stalin was the century after this place was ever named. It's because of him. I want to go home. I want to go home and sleep in my own goddamn bed, in my own goddamn house, in my own goddamn city, in my own goddamn state, which is not nearly as bad as Georgia. Why does Georgia suck so much? I'm Googling it. Google will tell me. Oh, look. Why does Georgia suck so much? Yahoo Answers. Literally, there's just all this huge rant about why this place sucks so much. All on Yahoo Answers. But as you can see, this place is terrible. Oh, look. Why Georgia sucks.blogspot.com. Sounds like my kind of place. Because Georgia does suck. And there definitely should be a blog about it. In fact, I will make multiple blogs about why Georgia sucks. You know that riddle where it's like, how do you know if one person's... Because there's one person the truth teller, one person's a liar, and how do you know which one's which?
Mm-hmm.
The liar will always say Georgia sucks, and so will the truth teller. That doesn't help you answer the question, but you know that you can't lie about Georgia being good. In fact, if you try and say Georgia's a great place, you are smited by Zeus himself. Zeus comes into existence just to smite you down for saying Georgia was a good place to be. Why do people hate Georgia? 45% of people do. See? I'm not the only person who thinks that Georgia is terrible. Why would you want to admit to people that you're from Georgia? If I was from Georgia, I would lie and say I was from Florida or Tennessee or Mississippi. That's probably not even close to Georgia. I don't know geography. Wanna why I don't know geography? Because Georgia has scrambled my brain. God damn Georgia. It's not my fault that Georgia sucks. You know whose fault it is? Georgia. It's Georgia's fault it sucks. Because Georgia ruins everything, even itself. It's literally the worst place on this planet. That's why the Cold War happened. Russia was like, you need to deal with Georgia. And the United States was like, we just ignored Georgia. And Russia was like, no, deal with it. And that's why we fought. True fact. I learned this in history class. Do you believe me? You should believe me. Damn pill's not comfortable.
What?
What does it say? Fuck Wolf? Fuck all of this? 12:30?